comfortable, yeah. Yeah.
You need to do G-Star too.
All right, come here.
And I always, today I saw a lot of dolphins.
Aww.
Yeah, today a lot. They were like very playful today.
Oh,
There was this girl running the other day,
All right.
and
Good.
she had
And
her, I was
Hi,
coming,
Mike.
we were coming towards each other, and she had her phone and like filming, on the water, and all these people saw her doing it, and then she would stop, and then she would run, and this dolphin was
With her.
following her forever. And then we all so I stopped and turned around and started going and filming. So there were 6 people at one point running together with their phones like this, filming this dolphin down Bayshore. And
Yeah.
it stayed with the group for a while. It was really, really wild.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
It was
so-
really cool.
Yeah.
That is
I
so
just
funny.
love that about,
You guys are live, just so you know.
We're just talking dolphins. Don't mind us.
we're just talking dolphins on Porch Yoga in session. Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman, and G-Force.
G-Force.
That's perfect.
I love having my porch packed. Makes me so happy. I have had few people reaching out to me, which is fun, so I'm penciling them in onto the Porch Yoga. So G's already getting sun, and then the sun's gonna slowly creep out until in Shavasana we'll all be on the sun. So that will be fun. We've been also having a astrology morning this morning. We have deconstructed Wonder Woman over here. We have pointed all of her perfections and imperfections into her birth chart, so that's always kind of fun to do. And it's funny because how we started, which is kind of what I want. If you find your seat, that would be great. If you want to start your playlist, mine's already going. If you could just tune in with your breath. The only thing that I do really want to say kind of leads into where I want to take this is we have showed up this morning for our handstand group, and we were all kind of tired and unmotivated, I think was the word that Rachel has used. And I would encourage, if that's where you are feeling, I would just encourage you to be with that for a moment. Pluto is already in retrograde, Saturn just went retrograde, Venus is about to go retrograde overnight tonight, and then Jupiter is going to go retrograde as well. So there's a lot of slowness. From our perspective, is from when we are looking out to the sky, it looks like the planets are slowing down, stopping, and then starting to turn the opposite direction. So more importantly, the feeling of being unmotivated and kind of not necessarily stuck, but just kind of a little bit of a heaviness, it could very much be reflected by the slowing down, of the planets, stopping literally in tracks before the motion starts again in the opposite direction. So if that helps you with your feelings of unmotivation, please feel free to use it. If that's not something that resonates with you, just move on. Finding your breath. I would like to argue that each of the yoga practices will always reflect the general energy of how we are feeling collectively. So I am guessing there is no wrist to toe taps today. And pigeon has been requested, so pigeon certainly coming your way. Sounds like a great idea. Big breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top, sip in a little more. Out of your mouth, let it go. Collective human breathing, love it. Big breath in. Hold it at the top, sip in a little more. Out of your mouth, let it go. Seal your lips, find your ujjayi, tune into the sensations of your body. Notice heaviness anywhere, tension, tightness. Notice what body are you bringing in. Drop the head side to side slowly. If you want to draw it down in towards the chest as you're going on to the other side, that would be great too. Finding a neutral, eventually left hand goes to the outer edge of your right thigh. Right hand gently behind you. A little bit of a twist. Keep your weight on both sits bones. Maybe using the left hand a little bit to pull your chest off to your right, square through the collarbones. And then release back to the center, switch right hand, outer edge of your left thigh, not exactly on the knee, just right off the knee. And again, maybe gentle pull, lift through the chest, keep both sits bones on the mat, gentle touch on the left hand behind you. Back to the center, arms reach up over the head, interlace your hands, palms up towards the sky, lift, 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 shoulders and shoulders up towards your ears, off to your right, exhale. Keep lifting through the left side of the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Inhale back in towards the center. The right armpit keeps lifting up as you lean into your side stretch off to your left. Inhale back in towards the center, reach. Exhale, release the hands, put them down in front of you. Come onto your hands and knees, tabletop. Drop your belly down, exhale, round. A little bit of a movement through the spine. Notice what does that feel like. Finding your breath. Finding a neutral. The right foot extends out, hip height to a hover. Push back through the heel hold. And then now slowly cross your right foot off the left side of your mat. Look over your left shoulder towards your right foot. Maybe put your foot down. And really push into your right hip, into your right side of the rib cage. So long stretch across the right side. Inhale your right foot back, push back through the heel again, hip height. Bring your knee only in towards the nose. Keep the toes onto the mat, the top of your foot, and now push back a little bit into your hips. So you're stretching the, whatever this part of the foot is called. Anybody knows? No, this. It has a specific name, I keep forgetting. And then slide your foot down, release. One set of cat-cow. Drop the belly down, lift the gaze, open through the collarbones. Chin into the chest, round, hug the chest in, push the mat away. Back into neutral, left foot extends out, keep it out, push back through the heel, flex the foot, fire up your belly, and then drop your right foot off to your left foot off to your right side. Take a look over your right shoulder towards your right foot, and don't be afraid to lean in a little bit into the left side. Keep engaged through the arms though, you're still pushing up and away from your mat, straight through the arms, eyes of the elbows rolling. Oh, it feels so good. Extending your left heel back, push. Knee to nose, bring it in. Keep the toes, top of your feet, top of your foot down. And then push the weight back away from your hands, closer in into your hips, stretching through the top of your left foot. And then back into neutral, let the left foot slide down. Little wiggle, little shake through the hips. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Oh my goodness, long through the arms. Fire up the armpits, pedal out the feet. Feel your down dog, give it a little bit of a movement. Find the shape, feel the shape. Release the head and neck. Beautiful, high on the tippy toes, inhale. Bend your knees a lot, lift your gaze, low ribs touch the thighs. Staying kind of low, shift forward, shoulders move over the wrist, finding your way to plank. Beautiful. Now bend your knees and shift back onto your heels again. 2 more just like that. Coming forward, staying kind of low so there's no rounding. You're just going backwards and forward. Bend your knees, hips go back, over again. 1 more time, coming forward into a plank. Back into a tiger crouch. Straightening your legs, slowly keeping your weight into your heels, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts long, up and back, bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hip. Keep your right shoulder pushing down, chest square into the mat. Straighten your right leg back out again. Right leg steps in, left leg lift, standing splits, inhale. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Half a lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Beautiful, 1 more, half a up. Plant your hands, step back to plank, inhale here. Forward, elbows in, knees are not, lower halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, up and back, bend your knee, flex your foot, open the hip. Left shoulder pushing down, square chest still square into the mat. Straighten your left leg long out. Step your left foot all the way in, right leg lift, standing splits, inhale. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. 1 more just like that, halfway up. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale here, knees are not. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog, heart comes through. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, up and back long. Step your right foot all the way in, left leg lift, standing splits. 10 toes on the mat, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga mid-plank. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Left leg lifts, up and back long. Step it all the way in, right leg lift, standing splits, inhale here. 10 toes on the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga mid-plank. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Right leg lifts, up and back. Step your right foot all the way in, left leg lift, standing splits, listen. Right knee bends, step your left heel back, warrior 1, rise. Inhale, stay for exhale. Another breath in. Arms go down, frame the foot, left knee goes down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, half splits, bring it back. Back to front, plant your hands. Step your right foot back to plank. Inhale here, halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, up and back. Step your left foot all the way in, right leg lift, standing splits. Left knee bends, step your right foot back, right heel down, warrior 1, rise. Stay for exhale. Breath in, lengthen through your arms. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot, right knee grounds, chest lifts, inhale. Half splits, bring it back. Back to front, plant your hands. Plank is next. Inhale here. Forward, elbows in, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Keep moving, right leg lifts, up and back. Step your right foot all the way in, left leg lifts, standing splits. Inhale here. Right knee bends, left leg steps back, arms rise, warrior 1. Stay for exhale. Inhale here. Arms go down, frame the foot, left knee finds the mat, chest lifts, inhale. Hips go back, half splits. Back to front, left leg lift, standing splits, inhale. 10 toes on the mat, exhale. Halfway up, Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga mid-plank. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Left leg lifts up and back long. Step it all the way in, right heel, standing splits, right leg lifts. Left knee bends, control, step back, warrior one, rise. Stay for exhale. Inhale here. Arms go down, frame the foot, right knee finds the mat, chest lifts, inhale. Half splits, bring it back. As you come to front, all the way up to standing splits, right leg lifts. 10 toes on the mat, release. Halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga, mid-plank. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Inhale here, stay. Out of your mouth, let it go. Beautiful. Another breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. Let's keep moving. Right leg lifts, up and back, long. Step your right foot all the way in, left leg lifts, standing splits. Inhale here. Right knee bends, control, step back, warrior one, rise. Stay for exhale, pressure outer edge of your left foot. Inhale here. Arms go down, frame the foot, left knee goes down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, half splits, bring it back. Back to front all the way to standing splits. Inhale here. Right knee bends, control, step back, long, warrior two, open up. Up and over, reverse. To extended side angle, left arm reaches over your head. Back to reverse again, up and over. Standing splits, arms go down, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga, mid-plank. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Left leg inhales up and back. Step it all the way in, right leg lift, standing splits, inhale. Step your right foot back, right heel down, warrior one, rise. Stay for exhale, pressure outer edge of your right foot, inhale. Arms go down, frame the foot, right knee goes down, chest lifts, inhale. Half splits, flex the front foot, chest towards the toes. Back to front, standing splits, right leg lifts long. Bend your left knee, control, big step back, warrior two, coming up. Up and over, reverse, inhale, lift your left thigh. Extended side angle, right arm reaches long over your head. Back to reverse again, strong through the legs. Standing split, arms go down, right leg lifts. There's always a handstand if you want it. 10 toes on the mat. You can keep holding the handstand. Halfway lift, flat back. And then from your handstand through your vinyasa. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga mid-plank. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Let's keep moving. Right leg lifts, up and back. Step your right foot all the way in, left leg lifts, standing splits. Right knee bends, control, step back, warrior one, rise. Interlace your hands at the low back, adding a little bit here. Lift up through the chest, breath in. Exhale to humble warrior. Pressure outer edge of your left foot. Inhale brings you back up, active through the fingertips, strong through the core. Arms go down, frame the foot, left knee finds the mat. Chest lifts, breath in. Half splits, bring it back, flex the front foot, chest active. Coming back to front, left leg lift, standing splits, inhale. Right knee bends, control, step back, warrior two. Up and over, inhale to reverse. Extended side angle, left arm reaches over your head. Back to reverse again. Arms go down, standing splits, left leg lifts. 10 toes on the mat is an exhale, listen. Utkatasana, chair pose. Forward fold is your release. Left leg lifts up again, light vertical splits. Step your left foot all the way back, warrior two legs. Inhale to warrior two. Straighten your right leg up and over, reverse triangle. Arms go to a T. Reach, reach, reach. Trikonasana. Stay here for a couple of breaths, please, if you will. Hugging the right hip under thigh, scissoring towards each other. Crown of the head reaching long. Engaging through the right side of the obliques, lifting gently by the left arm. 2 more breaths. Look down for balance, right knee bends. Up and over, reverse, lift. Arms go down, standing splits, left leg lifts. Again, handstand is an option. 10 toes on the mat, you can keep holding your handstand. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step or float through your vinyasa. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Again, breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. Left leg lifts, up and back, long. Step your left foot all the way in, right leg lifts, standing splits. Left knee bends, strength through the leg, step your right heel back, arms rise, warrior one. Interlace your hands at the low back, non-habitual grip. Lift up through the chest, fluffy through the heart. Exhale, coming directly forward. Your feet are in separate train tracks. Inhale brings you back up, active through the arms, pull the ribs in. Arms go down, frame the foot, right knee finds the mat. Chest lifts, inhale. Keep the left foot and chest active, half splits. Back to front, step to standing splits, right leg lift. Left knee bends, control, long step back, warrior two. Up and over, reverse, lift your left side up, strong through your legs. Extended side angle, right arm reaches over your head, lengthen through your right side. Back to reverse again, up and over. Standing splits, arms go down, right leg lifts, maybe a handstand if you have it. 10 toes on the mat, forward fold is your release. Utkatasana, chair pose, inhale. Exhale to forward fold, release your head and neck. Right leg lifts again, light vertical splits. Left knee bends, control, step back, warrior two, strong through your legs. Straighten your left leg, up and over, reverse triangle. Arms go to a T, pause here. Reach, reach, reach. Trikonasana, thighs scissoring towards each other. Pressure to the big toe mound of your left foot. Again, light in the left arm, lifting up. Belly inflating the low back. Find your fullest expression. Another breath in. Look down for balance. Left knee bends. Up and over. Reverse. Arms go down. Standing splits. Maybe a handstand again. If not, 10 toes on the mat. Halfway up. Lengthen through the spine. Crown of the head. Plant your hands. Step or float. Chaturanga, mid-plank. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet. Downward facing dog. Stay. Well, we got ourselves going over there.
A little bit.
Speaking of non-motivation and non-movement and I don't know what else, I have kind of contradicted everything that I said and just went into 120%. But you know, that's just kind of how it works sometimes. And notice what that did or didn't do for you. Right, notice the back of your legs. Notice if you're feeling a little lighter, or whether that's super hard work, or whether sometimes when you start moving, it just kind of sucks you in and you just want to keep moving. That's what happens to me anyway. Lengthen through the arms, protract through the shoulders. Notice if you can find a little extra space through your shoulder girdle. Notice the ribs, the belly, the sits bones, hamstrings, heels. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. One more, just like that, breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. Right leg lifts, up and back, long. Step your right foot all the way in, left leg lift, standing splits. Right knee bends, control step back, left heel goes down, warrior one, rise. Interlace your hands at the low back. Take your time, lift up through the chest. Exhale to humble. Stay here for inhale. And an exhale. Inhale, bring you back up, active through your arms. Arms go down, left knee finds the mat. Chest lifts, inhale. Half splits, bring it back. Flex the front foot, active through the chest. Back to front, left leg lifts, standing splits. Right knee bends, take your time, active through the legs, control, step back, warrior two. Up and over, reverse, lift. To extended side angle, keep your foundation through your legs. Back to reverse, lifting your right side up. Standing split, arms go down, left leg lifts. Again, if you have a handstand, go right ahead. 10 toes on the mat, forward fold. Utkatasana, chair pose, lift. Forward fold is your release again. Left leg lifts, light vertical splits. Right knee bends, control, long step back, warrior two. Straighten your right leg, up and over, reverse, triangle. Arms go to a T, reach, reach, reach. Trikonasana coming down. 2 breath cycles exactly as you are. Again, engage everything that you can. Another inhale. Look down for balance, right knee bends, up and over, reverse. Arms go down, standing splits, left leg lifts. 10 toes on the mat or a handstand if you have it. Halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga mid-plank. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Stay for inhale. Out of your mouth, let it go. One more just like that, breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. Left leg lifts, up and back. Step your left foot all the way in, right leg lift, standing splits. Left knee bends, control, step back, right heel down, warrior one, rise, shorter stance. Interlace your hands at the low back, non-habitual grip. Lift through the chest, shoulders pull back. Humble warrior coming directly forward on top of inside of your left thigh. Stay for inhale. And an exhale. Inhale brings you back up. Active arms, ribs in. Arms go down, frame the foot, right knee finds the mat. Chest lift, lengthen through the neck, spine of your head. Half splits, bring it back, active through your left foot. Back to front, right leg lifts, fire up your right glute, standing splits. Left knee bends, long control, step back, warrior two. Up and over, reverse, lift, keep your legs in place. Extended side angle, right quad is your best friend. Back to reverse again, stay deep in your legs. Arms go down, standing splits, fire up your right glute. Handstand there if you need it, 10 toes on the mat otherwise. Utkatasana, chair pose, rise. Forward fold again is your release. Right leg goes up, light vertical splits. Maybe you're still in a handstand. If you are, step your right foot all the way back, warrior two. Straighten your left leg, up and over, reverse. Arms go to a T. Reach, 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 Trikonasana. Find it, fullest expression, inhale. And an exhale. One more inhale. Look down for balance, left knee bends, up and over, reverse. Arms go down, standing splits, right leg lifts. 10 toes on the mat or a handstand. Halfway lift, crawl your chest up. Plant your hands, step or float through a vinyasa. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Beautiful. Right leg lifts, up and back. step your right foot right outside of your right hand. Maybe dial your left knee down. You don't have to, but you can. And here we go. We're here to stay for a bit. Not too long. Long enough though. So notice what the comfort level is. If you can find your way down to your forearms, go right ahead and do that. If you want to crawl your right foot slightly further out, you can certainly do that. You can kind of roll your right hip out, or if you'd like to keep it a little more in, the right knee in towards the right shoulders, you can do that too. And just like that, we have dropped into the yin part of the practice, which is always fun. So notice how the sudden shift of motion to a non-motion treats you. Especially with lizard lunge, because that is not the most comfortable place to be. For most of us anyway. Zoom in onto your breath, into your body. Notice space as it shows up, because it will. Notice any discomfort or any tightness, stiffness, if that is somewhere in your body. If movement is required, go ahead and do it. Just do it mindfully, slowly, and consciously, as opposed kind of a mindless fidgeting to release. Notice where the distraction, where the physical distraction shows up, and how can you go about it in a mindful way. Notice how your mind is reacting. Maybe it wasn't as bad when we first started and now it's becoming a little worse. So just kind of notice that. Notice the urge to get out or to be unhappy about where you are. Just allow your body to soften into the discomfort. Slowly finish your exhale, your next exhale. Whenever you're done, if you on your forearms, come back up on your extended arms, stay where you are. And then slowly shift your hips, bring your right knee in towards your shoulder, into this almost half splits. Right, so just wherever you land is fine. The fact that the right foot is out is not a problem. Just keep it there. You're basically releasing the left quad, the left hip flexor, and then maybe something in the back of your right leg. Beautiful. Now you crawl back forward, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Right leg goes long, three-legged dog. Slowly just release your right foot long, leave it there. And then here's your pigeon, right knee finds the right wrist, plop the shin across the mat, finding your way back down onto your sits bones. Again, if you need a prop underneath your right hip, please go ahead. notice the openness through the left leg that's extending back. You should have a lot more space now in there. So notice if that is happening or not. And coming down onto your forearms or extended arms. Make sure you pull the right hip slightly further back in towards your heels, if you will, or in towards the back of your space. So you still stay nice and engaged through the pigeon, really giving the right outer hip flexor a little extra space to stretch. Ideally softening through the shoulders, through the head and the neck. Stay with your breath, stay with your body. This one should be a little more Tara level than the lizard lunge, for most of us anyway. Stay tuned into the space that is showing up. Notice if you need to adjust your arms just a little bit because your chest has become a little heavier and you need to separate your elbows a little wider or your collarbones, find some more space. Follow the space. Lean into it as it opens up. Finish your exhale, please. And then slowly start bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders. Slowly come up. Pause there for a moment. Just notice what the upper body is doing, how the legs feel momentarily. Tuck the back toe. Bring the right knee in towards your nose. Round through the upper back. Push the mat away. And then extend your right leg long. Very slowly, maybe bend the knee, open the hip. I would go against rolling, but if you feel like you need to roll, go ahead. Less is more here. Always in yin, less is more. You want to allow the sensations to come back on their own without providing a release. Right leg extends back out long, drop it down on towards the mat. Maybe a gentle sway through the hips, kind of finding a neutral, noticing if the sides feel different. Left leg lifts, up and back. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. And maybe drop the right knee down, or maybe you stay up for a moment and then you drop down in a little bit. It's up to you. And if you find your way onto your forearms on the other side, I will recommend to go in a similar way. And again, notice that maybe at first it's not so bad, but the longer you sit there, the most horrible it'll become. Building a mental challenge also, as you allow your body to sit in the postures that are not perhaps the most comfortable. Another difference between restorative and yin, you're not here to restore, you're here to stretch. Notice the mind games that the mind plays with you in order to get you out of a discomfort. All kinds of things are gonna come up. You just remember the one email that you didn't reply that you really need to reply to right now. Lunch break. It's called lunch break. Notice perhaps this side is a little more tolerable than the others, depending. Stay with your breath. Stay tuned into your body sensations. Soften tension if you can. Notice if there is tension to begin with. Can you breathe into it? Can you soften your grip onto your engagement? Finish your exhale, please. Inhale brings you back up onto extended arms, unless you're already there. And then slowly shifting your hips back to release the right quad, right hip flexor, back of your left leg. Pause here for a moment. Allow your body to find itself, to come back on its own. There's not too much of a movement happening. You just provide a little bit of a release and a pause. Feels good. Coming back to front, plant your hands, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Left leg goes long, simply extend it. Notice the left glute, maybe back of the leg. Lengthen through the left side, left pinky all the way through your left hip to the foot. And then back in towards pigeon, left knee finds the left wrist. The left shin goes across the mat, both sits bones go down. Again, notice how the right hip flexor reacts. Length through the spine, low back, and start your way down onto your forearms or extended arms. Again, maintaining the engagement through the left hip. Maybe slightly adjusting, pulling the left hip a little further back towards the back of your space. It's almost as if you push in slightly into your left hip bone, sit bone, left sit bone. It's like you kind of pushing a little extra weight in there. You notice two sides of the body, two very different sides. This side may feel super comfy or super not comfy. Just keep watching. Keep breathing, keep watching. Allow the body to feel. Allow the body to go wherever it needs to go. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? Notice where you are. Slowly complete your exhale. Your inhale, slowly start crawling your hands back. A little, start lifting your chest up, coming upright, pausing there. When you're ready to move, tuck the back toe, lift your back knee, left knee finds your forehead. Pause there, push the mat away. And then slowly extending your left leg out long. Simply bending the knee, flexing the foot, stay there. Extending the left leg long. Put your left foot down to meet the right. Drop down onto your knees. Cross your feet, sit your butt behind your legs. And you guys move this way so you're in the shade. There you go. Because we will eventually go down onto our backs. I still have a tiny bit of a shade. I will wrap with seated forward fold because there has to be one. I cannot do yin without a forward fold of some kind. So take the flesh out of the way. We'll go straight into the passive one. So soften the legs. Arms reach up over the head. And then you go for a distance. You reach, keep reaching. But eventually you just let go. You drop the arms down. You drop the head and neck down. Just let your upper body fall wherever it falls over your legs. Soften the legs, soften the feet, soften the arms and the forearms, the hands and the fingers, the shoulders, head and neck. Give in to gravity. There's no active engagement from you anywhere. You are simply allowing gravity to pull your upper body over your legs. You're releasing everything that you have. Notice what the back feels. Notice the shoulder to shoulder, head and neck. Soften the face. Notice if you're holding any tension through your shoulders or through your hands or forearms. Let that go. Only breath, gravity, and body sensations. That's it. Your own body weight. Nothing is working. Not actively anyway. Again, tune into your body. Notice how that feels. Notice if you feel any space showing up anywhere. Notice if you feel closer to your legs over the time you've been here. Notice how the posture changed and evolved. Notice the certain pull of your body parts in towards the earth. Complete your exhale. And then slowly start lifting your upper body back up. Very slowly. Take your time. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, it wouldn't be in for me anyway if there wasn't some kind of a forward fold. It has to happen. It's so good. Alright, slide yourself a little further down. The knees bend, soles of the feet find the mat. Blocks we have. Here, we're going to restorative bridge. Jenna, grab a block and I'm gonna bring another block. So restorative bridge, you guys. Find a books or a blocks. Blocks has several settings. So whatever your choice of setting is, letting the hips sink heavy into the block is underneath the sacrum, which is a little lower than your low back. Little openness through the collarbones, maybe adjust the shoulder blades, just notice how you can negotiate the space. Notice what's the space situation between your shin and your breastbone. You want a little bit of a space there too. And again, a complete release. The feet are soft, the thighs are soft, the hips are heavy into the block. Arms soft, open, shoulders soft. jaw, face, head. Gravity doing its work for you. Let that help. You can notice the sensations in your body. Notice if your legs are feeling heavy. Let that be there. If anything, give in to that sensation and soften perhaps a little bit more. Let the heaviness kind of spread. Let gravity take over that. The legs can always extend long. I forgot to mention that, but obviously you can totally extend the legs out. Your legs are extended, perhaps you slowly bring them back. Feet in against the ground, knees bent. Pushing into the feet, taking the block out, removing it off to the side. You have two options for Shavasana, either traditional Shavasana, extending your legs long, or you can always do Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. If you'd like a little extra stretch through your groins and hips, hip flexors. And again, take a conscious time to allow your body to settle into the shape. Allow the shape to establish itself. Allow the body to sink in. Integrating the practice that you have just done for yourself. I don't know what a better lunch break you could possibly design for yourself than a little bit of a flow and a little bit of a stretching. Taking care of your body, checking in with your mind, tuning in into where you find yourself on this Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Again, kind of acknowledging whatever state your body finds yourself in, allowing it to be whatever it is for the day. Perhaps you need a little more rest. Perhaps you need a little more exercise. Your body will tell you.